After my last video, it was time to say goodbye to Florida and hello to Alabama. But my drive through Alabama was a little bit rushed, as it was for Mississippi. There was, however, one important milestone of note there, and it was on this bridge.
Well, I just crossed the Mississippi. I'm now in the West.
That little voice in my head said, "Go west, old man." And I did. I crossed one more state line before finding a campsite for the night. Well, here's a familiar spot. The ocean. I did my Life's a Beach in Louisiana video from here. Great camping spot. But boy, it's a little colder this time. Oh, good timing. I made it here just when the sun was about to go down. Well, it's a spectacular view, but it's cold out there tonight. And somebody's really roughing it. Got a little tent and a campfire going. They'll be a little chilly tonight. Feel kind of guilty because I'll be nice and warm. But this was just another overnight stop for me, and in the morning, I was on my way again.
I'm now in Texas, the state that never seems to end.
That has a freeway that also never seems to end.
I think I once said I'd rather have all my toenails pulled out than to drive through Houston. I'm trying to get through Houston now. I thought I'd see if it would changed in any way. Guess what? It's the same. I'm in gridlock.
Fortunately, the pileup dispersed, and I was free to enter the maze. Avoiding rush hour is a must, and with light traffic, I could now slide under the serpent's tails with ease.
This is one of those times where I face my fears head on, because when traveling, there's only one thing I fear, and that's freeways. Like, I'm flying through here at like 70 miles an hour just because I have to go with the flow. I mean, there's people just flying by me as well. I just don't like being in situations where I'm putting my life in the hands of people that are just flying like crazy with no regard to anybody, you know, but themselves, and getting wherever they want to be on time. It's really hard to relax in a situation like this. Well, I made it through Houston with my tires, my trailer, and my toenails intact. Uh-oh. Except there's another roadblock. Looks like construction.
With one last pit of snakes to escape from, the clouds shed their tears and soaked the pavement ahead of me. Although I survived unscathed, another fellow traveler was not so lucky.
Oh.
Those fifth-wheelers really scare me. How I yearned for the pavement to end and to feel the earth under my feet. Just east of Brownsville, I had one last python to ride. But just when the pavement was about to end...
Well, that's a little disappointing. Road is closed. Cars are turning around. Some are parked at the side of the road, but that's not camping to me. Unfortunately, looks like the sand dunes have just been a little too high this year, so I know they've been working on them. I think I'm gonna have to find somewhere else.
But some drivers were getting through. I just needed to find out where.
Well, it turns out there's another access part. It's a little rough. The sand is a little deep with lots of ruts in it, you know, right there, but it's the only way to the beach unless you want to just camp by the road, and I didn't come all this way to camp by the road. So you know what? I'm gonna go for it. Hopefully I can get through that and not get stuck. I'm on the beach. So far, so good. Hey, I made it. Nice spot by the beach. What could be better? Well, I know one thing that could be better. Lunch. I'm starving. I've been driving all day again. I think I know just the thing. Now this is something you've never seen me have ever before. A corned beef sandwich.
Lots of mustard. That's good. Unique taste. Now, of course, it's not a real corned beef sandwich. It's a fake corned beef sandwich because it's vegetarian. And before you say, oh, it's tofu, it's actually mostly wheat protein and beets, plus a few other ingredients. Healthy, guilt-free, well, except for the amount I paid for it. That was kind of a little, beyond my budget. I think it was like $7 for this. But it's a good lunch. I needed it.
Padre Island is a narrow strip of barrier islands, the longest in the world, which is only 1.5 miles wide at parts and a total length of 113 miles.
Now, this isn't the first time I've been to Padre Island. I was here maybe 5 years ago, I can't remember. But I was on North Padre Island out of Corpus Christi. This is South Padre Island near Brownsville, Texas. And I wouldn't even have bothered down here except a few other people had commented when I was in the North Padre that you really should go to the South. It's a lot better. And I do recall that in North Padre, oh look, I got a bee. Now I hope I'm not going to get a bee bite. I already had an armadillo bite, so hopefully it's not going to bite me. Anyway, I recall the beach was very, very narrow, and I had a rogue wave come up and splash right to the trailer.
Whoa! Look at that!
Good thing about South Padre, the beach here, he's staying. Look at that, he's still there. The good thing is there's a wider beach if you can get to it. Now the road was closed, which is a good thing. I didn't rely on one of those apps, and I'm hoping this is not one of those Mexican killer bees. I don't know, maybe just animals really love me, but he's not biting. I must smell like a flower to him. So anyway, I'm here with my little bee friend right there, checking out South Padre Island. The weather's not too bad. A little bit of cloud, but it's opening up, and the wind's not too bad either. So don't bite me. Okay, I'm gonna blow this guy off. Here he goes. Probably come back.
In South Padre, you can just enjoy the soothing sounds of the waves. Or perhaps collect seashells on the beach. Or even catch a wind current.
Well, the sun's just going down. Doesn't look like I'm going to need the heater tonight. It's still pretty warm. And it looks like I've got this whole beach to myself. There were a few trucks and jeeps here, mostly people fishing and just sort of hanging out in their lawn chairs. They all left. Do they know something I don't know? Is there a tidal wave coming in I don't know about? I think I'm fine. I'll do a little bit of exploring tomorrow. Tonight, just gonna chill. After the sun called it a day, full moon came out to play. I watched the waves glisten in its warm glow, then packed it in for the night. The fishermen get up early. Herons seem to be the most calm and cool birds of the shore. But that guy in the background seems a little high-strung. Too much morning coffee, perhaps? Yet the sanderling is the real speed freak. That's a double espresso kind of bird. A few hours later, a change was in the air. Well, this is a little disappointing. Not only is there no sun, but there's hardly anything to see. Fog's rolled in, so visibility is just to the shore. Not going to get a tan here, that's for sure. We'll see how it goes, but it stays like this. It's kind of just muggy. There's kind of no point. Might be a very short visit. Well, I think this is a good time to talk about boondocking and travel, because right now I am boondocking. I am camping here for free, no charge. However, I don't do that all the time. I think there was one period for about a year and a half that I never paid for a campsite, but now, you know, it really all depends. If it's available, if it's convenient, and if it's something I'd like to see, for sure, I'm gonna try to find these boondocking sites. However, far too many I've heard have bragged, oh, I've never paid for a campsite. I will only travel if it's free. And I gotta wonder about that. Well, okay, if that's your goal, but are you enjoying it? Are you having a good time? Are you seeing things? Are you exploring? Because if all you're doing is saving money, but you know, you're not really excited about what you're doing, maybe you need to just expand a little bit. And there's also the second thing that I was, going through Houston. I was on I-10 to go to this spot in particular. It took a lot of time and it took a lot of gasoline to get here. So although it's free, if this was my only goal, I probably paid about $100 just to get to this site and go back to where I was to continue traveling. So free is not always free, if you know what I mean. Well, I put some shorts on. My theory is that intense radiation coming off my pure white legs is going to dissipate all that fog. It's worth a try. I guess my legs scared all the fish away, as this guy called it quits.
Well, I don't know. The fog never lifted, and you can only watch the waves for so long, and I'm kind of getting bored. I mean, I don't really collect seashells. I don't fish. I can't kayak in that, and I'm certainly not going to swim. All the animals have gone as soon as the fishermen left, so I think that's about it. Sun's going down, it's getting dark. In the morning, I'm going to head off.
Well, sometimes life's a beach, but when it's foggy, I get groggy. Although that sun had tried its best, its eye was bloodshot and needed rest. And with all that salt air, I think I'm going to need a car wash really quick.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my others as well.
My shore leave was over, so off I went to find a drier, brighter, and quieter place to explore. Please keep following as I travel west across the U.S. Safe travels, everyone. Whoops, I forgot something.
Oh, it's windy.